that my husband once told me, and I have, and I quote for real, that I have the lowest hygiene standards of any person he has ever met by far. Okay, like, don't you think the first by far has driven the point home? It's just kind of hard to gross me out. Like, I'm not even grossed out by other people's germs unless I find the person themselves to be, kind of like morally repulsive, like, my parents. But if you seem like a nice person and you have a half-eaten sandwich, it looks like a good sandwich, I definitely want to finish your sandwich. I just love cutting down on food waste, but I think even, the bigger draw is just like the thrill of it. You know how some people like to have sex in a public restroom or in a quiet corner of the museum or something, and the risk of being caught sort of heightens their sensory experience. But that's nothing compared to grabbing the last 6 French fries off a plate that my friend just put in the sink. And this kind of sloppiness extends not just to hygiene, but to every area of my life. Like, the way I talk. So now, whenever me or my husband start to zip up my 2-year-old daughter's coat, she just kind of mutters, "Stupid fucking zipper." Mommy's little girl. She's learning a lot. Last week, my husband took her to the store, and when they were pulling up to the driveway, she said, "Stupid fucking car." This doesn't bother me at all. I think it's adorable. But over a year ago, when she was only 1 year old, she started saying, "Fuck it," every time that we buckled her into her car seat. So if you follow her around, you know which things are kind of irritating by listening to her fuss. But that time, I actually decided to do something about it. I mean, she was only 1, right? So we practiced her F sound for hours and hours until she could finally pronounce it correctly. I never really saw the value in my old job as a speech therapist, but finally it came in handy. Actually, to be honest, I did try to get her to stop saying fucking at that time. But I mean, like she was 1, and maybe that's like a little too young. Maybe I should wait until she's 2 or something. So first of all, but the first step was to get her a car seat that actually fit, so I wouldn't be so, frustrated. So you're probably judging me, like for what you're hearing here. And I know I was being such an overprotective mom, just like a helicopter parent, right? Trying to shield her from the real world with its adult language and life-changing car accidents. I mean, why not start, to toughen up when you're young? I know. But anyway, I tried to replace the word fucking with another word. So every time I buckled her in, I made a point to say fiddlesticks, in this very like emphatic way to kind of, to replace the earlier word. And whenever she said fucking in the car seat, I would say no. And it really worked, because in about a week, every time I put her in the car seat, she would say fucking no. I also didn't actually used to cuss. And then there came that moment during labor, after the 2+ hours of, as far as I could tell, absolutely futile pushing. And it was like some kind of doorway opened, and I just like looked down. I gently and lovingly screamed at my unborn child to get the fuck out of me. And it was like some kind of like a doorway opened, and I stopped caring about how I looked, sounded, or smelled. Or maybe the fateful moment was when I pooped in front of everybody in the delivery room. I'm sorry. Did you not know that on its beautiful journey to enter the world, the fetus will often literally squeeze the shit out of you? So maybe my inner doorway opened in that moment when. My rectal doorway opened. It's a long paragraph. I should divide these paragraphs better. Looking for the word rectal there. In front of a crowd of strangers and the man who used to find me attractive. This was no big deal to the medical staff, and no one says ew, and they clean it up right away. But it's the kind of experience that can, profoundly change a person. I don't get why a lot of women say pushing is the best part. No. It is not the best part. When I had, contractions, it hurt a lot, but I just needed to let my body do what it needs to do. Just kind of breathe and get through the next one. But when it was time to push, I was urged repeatedly for over 2 hours to do something that felt very painful and utterly impossible. And I had to do it. And then when the last worst push came, I could finally feel that something had emerged. The OBGYN scooped it up and said, "Here, do you want to hold your precious baby?" I said, "Hell no, put that slimy blue piece of shit where you put the first piece of shit." Like I was saying, if you follow my daughter's Fox as she goes about her day, you can find out which household objects I find just a little bit irritating. It's not only because I'm stupid that I struggle with, like buckles and zippers. It's also because I'm usually in a rush, to leave the house, and because we're often late for something. But recently I've realized I'm not really usually even rushing because we're late. It's just that my inner tempo is permanently set on Allegro. That means fast if you're, kind of stupid. I move fast, I eat fast, and to my husband's delight, I also get angry fast. Though interestingly enough, I calm down very slowly. So everything feels like a rush. So the last time I flew to Alabama, I was going from the arrival terminal to the departure terminal for the next flight. And I was running the whole way, and I'm just shoving old people aside, just leaping over dogs and babies. And I arrived there, just breathless, and, was just in time to wait for 2 hours for the boarding to begin. Maybe you assumed I was rushing because I was late, but no, that's just me. Just gotta run, no matter what. And it's kind of embarrassing to be in a really big rush. Kind of makes you look nerdy or kind of awkward. So I usually pretend that I desperately need to go to the bathroom when I'm running through the airport. I'm just get out of my way. I have diarrhea and it's running down my leg right now.